Answer the following question correctly. The planet with a ring around it is?
The answer is Saturn.
That is correct. There are 9 planets. These are Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Characteristics of some planets. 1. Mercury. It is the hottest planet and it takes the shortest time to go around the Sun. 2. It is the smallest planet. 3. It is also called the evening star.
2. Venus. It is the second planet from the Sun. It is the brightest planet from the Sun. It can easily be seen by somebody on Earth in the evening and early morning. It is called the morning star.
3. Earth. It is the only planet that supports life.
4. Jupiter. It is the largest planet in the solar system.
5. Saturn. It is the only planet with 3 beautiful rings around it. Moving on to the next question. Choose the best answer from the choices given. Which one of the following statements about a single fixed pulley is not correct? The load
is twice the effort used.
That is correct. Movement is also known as motion. For a body to move, force must be applied on it. Force is a push or a pull exerted on a body. Force is measured in units called newtons. Inertia, this is the tendency of a body to remain in the same state, either moving or stationary. There are 2 types of inertia: inertia of rest and inertia of motion. Types of force include
gravity, force of friction, and levers.
Moving on to the next question. Use the statements below to answer the question that follows. Standard 8 pupils suggested the following as ways of preventing monkeys from destroying crops. 1. Laying a trap for the monkeys. 2. Putting up a fence around the farm. 3. Seeking the assistance of a game warden. 4. Guarding the farm. Which one of the following is not acceptable?
The answer is option 1, which is laying a trap for the monkeys.
That is correct. Monkeys have a number of benefits to our existence, hence should not be treated in a manner that can harm them. Some friendly ways of preventing monkeys from destroying crops are
putting up tall fences around the farm, seeking assistance of the game warden, guarding the farm.
Moving on to the next question. Answer the following question correctly. Which one of the following should not be the same when comparing rates of melting of substance?
The answer is the substance.
That is correct. Melting is a physical process that occurs in the state of transition of a substance from a solid to a liquid. This occurs when the internal energy of the solid increases, typically by the application of heat or pressure, which increases the substance temperature to the melting point. Factors considered in comparing rates of melting in different substances are:
these include quantity of substance, amount of heat, duration of heating.
Moving on to the next question. Choose an answer that best completes the question below. Which one of the following aspects of an object cannot be changed?
The answer is density.
Density, that is correct. A material's density is defined as its mass per unit volume. It is a measure of how much weight an object has in a unit volume.
It is usually measured under standard conditions for temperature and pressure: 0 degrees Celsius and 1 atmosphere of pressure. One factor affecting the density of a material is how concentrated the atoms are in a given volume.
Moving on to the next question. Given the appropriate answer which answers the question below correctly. A purple flower extract was added to substance K, L, M, and N to find out whether they were acids or bases. The results are shown in the table below. Which 2 of these substances react to form salt and water only?
The answer is K and L, which is pink and blue.
That is correct. The most common method to get an idea about the pH of solution is to use an acid-base indicator. Indicators are substances that change color in acid or a base. Some indicators shows only 2 color changes, one for acids and one for bases. Other indicators show a range of color changes depending on the pH.
A good indicator should change color over a narrow pH range. Acid mixed with bases to give salt and water. Acid K mixed with base L will give us salt and water.
Moving on to the next question. Answer the following question correctly. Which one of the following is the function of the rectum?
The answer is stores undigested matter.
Correct. The rectum is the last stop before feces is eliminated through the anal canal. Similar to the colon, electrolytes are absorbed, that is sodium, potassium, chloride, and indigestible food ingredients are decomposed by anaerobic bacteria. The stool is thickened through water absorption and mixed with mucus. Moving on to the next question. Answer the following question correctly. Which one of the following is the function of the rectum?
The answer is stores undigested matter.
Correct. The rectum is the last stop before feces is eliminated through the anal canal. Similar to the colon, electrolytes are absorbed, that is sodium, potassium, chloride, and indigestible food ingredients are decomposed by anaerobic bacteria. The stool is thickened through water absorption and mixed with mucus. Moving on to the next question. Choose the correct answer. The type of modified roots found in mangroves are called?
The answer is breathing roots.
Breathing roots, correct. In addition to providing structural support, aerial roots play an important part in providing oxygen for respiration.
Oxygen enters a mangrove root through lenticels. Lenticels close tightly during high tide, thus preventing mangroves from drowning.
Moving on to the next question. Complete the following statement by choosing the best answer from the choices. Fruits that are dispersed by water?
The answer is are hollow and fibrous.
That is correct. Pollination is the act of transferring pollen grains from the male anther of a flower to the female stigma. The goal of every living organism, including plants, is to create offsprings for the next generation. One of the ways that plants can produce offsprings is by making seeds. Types of pollination. There are two types of pollination called
self-pollination and cross-pollination. Self-pollination is the more basic type of pollination because it only involves one flower. This type of pollination occurs when pollen grains from the anther fall directly into the stigma of the same flower. Although this type of pollination is simple and quick, it does result in a reduction in genetic diversity because the sperm and the egg cells of the same flower share genetic information. Plants experiencing this kind of pollination include pawpaw, catkins, dandelions, maple trees. Cross-pollination is a more complex type of pollination that involves the transfer of pollen from the anther of one flower to the stigma of a different flower. This type of pollination results in an increase in genetic diversity because the different flowers are sharing and mixing their genetic information to create unique offspring. Plants experiencing this kind of pollination include maize, sorghum, and wheat. These plants depend on wind as an agent of the pollination.
Moving on to the next question.